we are.
Good evening, one and all. Oh my word, I got wrong screens up. There we go. We're in. We're away. Good evening, one and all. Welcome, very warm welcome. We've had a bit of a gap, haven't we, boys? Bit of a Watford. We haven't been here for 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Doesn't feel like it. Just feels like yesterday.
I was going to do 3, but ended up doing 4 because I was a bit busy last Tuesday. I'll tell you why in a little while.
You were a little bit busy. I've been busy all month.
Busyness.
Literally, I haven't stopped in the past 2 months.
You haven't? No, well,
No.
You've had your own celebrations going on, etc., haven't you? All sorts.
Celebrations and commiserations. And sad. Yep.
Yeah, horrendous. But we'll get to all that. Let's say hello to a few people in chat. Who have we got? Tim Rice, good evening to you. Thanks, YouTube. I'm now live. Yep, good. Mick King, good evening to you. Welcome back. I shall have to watch some catch-ups. Got a scan tonight. Oh, my word. Good luck with that. Francis Homer, good evening. John Buller, good evening. Mick, good evening, Mick. You were next on.
Is that Megan? Oh, God, help us all.
Have you changed your logo again?
Who?
No, James. I thought you had. I thought it looked different again. Grant Mullins, good evening. Frank and Miser, good evening. Lordy66, Adrian Mason, evening Adrian, evening Iggy. Dilly Dally, good evening to you. Glad you're back, Mark. Hope you've had a nice break and recharged. Well, yes, I think I've had a break. I don't know about recharged. I'll get to that. Black Country Vapor, good evening. Mark Trigwell, I think I said. Dion78, Adrian Paul. Mark has said. Bill Dawson, good evening, Bill. Pleased the show is back. Thank you very much, Bill. Murray Robertson, did I say Murray? Can't remember now. Don't think so. Good evening. Good to see you all. Thank you. Dion, we said. Daniel, one of my spanners. Put him on the. See if I can remember how to do these things. There you go. We're on. It's like I've forgotten everything. Cameras, what to do. Cheech, oh my word, we've got a Cheech. Will he make it till the end? Evening, Cheech. Barry Rose. Albert Valenti, good evening. Rufus, evening, Rufus. The Late Night Vape Show, good evening to you. Asif Mahmood, good evening. Yeah, we're going okay. Laurie, good evening. You're not late, Laurie. We were nearly on time. I think we're only a few seconds late, right? Which is unlike us, or certainly me. It's normally my fault. Who else have we got? Jed Hall. Evening, Jed. Welcome back. I've been lonely. Bless your heart. Lynn Smith, another one of my spanners. Good evening, Lynn. Dion said, Mark Triggle, I'm there. And Roy's reviews. You just wanted a hello, didn't you, Roy?
I did.
So, how have we all been? We've all had a bit of time away. So,
yeah, just I could do with a holiday.
I think we're all a bit like that, you know.
Yeah.
I think most of the country like that, isn't it? I think we've got this. We've had this. Oh well, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then it darkens again. Something else happens, and it just the way it's been for everyone. Horrible, isn't it?
The thing is, I'm looking forward to just getting another weekend away with the wife. To be honest with you, it's kind of all I want. You know, a couple of days away from the kids, appreciate what I've got, go home and go. I wish I was back in Edinburgh again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where you go to get that feeling. Where would your worst holiday destination be?
Somewhere in Glasgow.
Glasgow. Okay.
I'm basically home as it is.
Remind me not to go there. I don't know. I've never been to Glasgow. I should go one day.
I was there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you were. Of course you were. Yeah.
It's nicer at night. I have to say it is. We drove through there on Sunday night, and when it's all lit up, when we drive to the motorway, it's absolutely gorgeous looking. And then on the Thursday, we drove back through it, and it was daylight, and you're like, I've been mind you, I've been in Glasgow loads, but it's just the stark contrast a few days apart. Ooh, Laurie's just had a 3-day holiday in the Masai Mara with the migration. Laurie, if you put us up and pay our flights over, I'm sure we could actually do the show from Kenya some week, couldn't we?
Yeah, we'll all go.
Boys, well, for Jackson. We are currently doing our live show inside the mosquito net.
Anyway, Jackson, good evening. Tell us, everyone, what you're vaping on and what's been going on in your life, very briefly, in these last 4 weeks. Well, take a bit longer if you want.
It's been hectic, to be fair, yeah. Mainly work, as always. Everything with the kids and stuff like that. I hit over 400 subs at long last, so I'm happy with that. Achievement with that last week.
Hang on.
Love it.
Well done,
yeah,
mate.
So I hit over the 400 last week. And that's about it, to be fair with you. Just plodding on with work like normal. But I think, to be fair with you, to me, I think it's 5 weeks, not 4 weeks. Something makes me think we ain't done it for 5 weeks.
No, it's 4. We've missed 4.
Is it 4 weeks?
Yeah, I was going to have 3, but I had somewhere to go last Tuesday, so I couldn't.
Yeah, you did.
Couldn't make it.
So
did I? Tell everyone about that in a little while. So what are you vaping on, Jackson?
Right, what we got? Now, we've got, I love this, I've got to say I bloody love it, to be fair with you. The Mini Mdora with a next Mini on top, sub-ohm tanks. Now, I don't vape sub-ohm tanks. I really don't think they've got flavour. You know, compared to your RTAs and your RDAs, I think they lack. However, that is the best sub-ohm tank I've ever vaped in my life. The next Mini, absolutely brilliant. With a Clapton coil inside, the flavour is bloody stunning.
And do you know where someone can go and watch that on a review or not?
You can do. You can jump over Jackson. Yeah, no, jump over and have a little watch. But no, I'm not overthinking it. It is. The flavour off the tank is absolutely stunning. And in that, we got a bit of fizzy, and that is yellow pear. Not too shabby at all. And then we've got the Pulse. Mechanical version with the nitrous RDA single coil on top. And in that, we've got 100% orangeade. And last but not least, we've got the Odin 100 with the Aromarizer Plus V2 on top. And in that, we've got the Jinx grapefruit and what is it? Grapefruit and pineapple. However, they've all got ice in. Every single one I've added ice to them. And that's about it.
No surprises there then. All got ice in it.
Oh, you can have ice. Can't vote no ice. I've got to add ice. And I'll pass it to Mac.
Thank you, Jackson. So tonight I am on the Cabello and it's sitting on the Wismec RX Machina or Machina.
I think I know that one, don't I? I'm quite familiar with that one. How are you getting on with that?
I'm really, really enjoying it.
Oh, yeah?
I find the kind of build I like in it. I've got a point. I've got a 5-core fused Clapton in here coming out at point. Well, obviously I've had to tweak it slightly. It's coming out at 0.19 and it's brilliant. So if everyone knows what the Kumo tank is, this is basically the tank that's derived from. It's this one. I'm also on, this was sent to me by the lovely Roy. I'm on the Ultrona Lunar. Okay. And in the Cabello, I've got the Lemon Pocket and Lighten from Anatorium. And in the Ultrona, I've got Glamour from Amatorium as well. I need to buy more of this stuff because it's absolutely fantastic. And then I've got the H24 with the Ed Zachary on the top. And it's got some coconut tobacco from the Salt range in there. I don't have the bottle, I just binned it.
Ooh,
so that's me in a nutshell.
Coconut tobacco.
Coconut and tobacco, yeah. It's really, really nice. You think you think to yourself, oh, it's not going to work, and you go, yeah, actually, it does.
Rob,
And I was going to say as well to Jackson, after your show with Adam, I hit over 300 subscribers as well. So thank you so much.
Oh my lord! Hang on. Roy
And I will
lost
pass
50
over to
subs, so we'll
the
give him a
lovely
triangle.
Roy.
I think I did as well, Roy.
you what?
I said you lost 50 subs, so we'll play you a triangle. I think I lost 50 as well, mate.
I didn't lose 50. I lost to 5.
You lost 5, did you? God, I didn't even look.
I think we know where they went then, Jackson. Me and you went up and he went down.
Roy.
Numbers.
Bothered.
I'm not.
Over to you.
What
are you vaping on, Roy?
First of all, I've got my stacked Unicorn Ink stacked Vert 2.
Does that come with a holster?
No. You can use it in single. You can use it in single 21700, but that's stack mode. It's.
Ouch.
I have to say, it is the best constant contact button Unicorn I've ever made. I normally love their buttons, but it is so responsive, so responsive, and it's a new design for it as well. You can't really see it on the camera.
Oh right, yeah. Where's more?
But it's new design. Normally, whenever Unicorn first came out, they were doing them resin buttons, but now they've gone back to doing the brass buttons again.
Well, mine was brass, but it wasn't. Oh, I've got the silly light on, haven't I?
No, it's got the U. That's the Vert. That's the
right.
Vert was the first of the ones, but that's just the U for the Unicorn one.
Right.
Now it's actually got a unicorn on it with Unicorn ink around the side of it.
Gotcha.
You can see it in the review, which will probably be coming out tomorrow. Is that on Jackson? No, sorry, it's not Jackson Johnson. On Roy's review.
Not on Jackson.
I've got the little Drag X with a PMP pod with a smart coil in there, and that in the Unicorn I have got Dr. Vape's Pink Colada. It's rather Dr. Vape's night tonight, because in the X I've got Dr. Vape's Pink Smoothie, Blackcurrant Smoothie. In the Drag 3 with the PMP coil, the smart coil, I've got
the theme here.
Dr. Vape's Blue. And then on the little converter with the Eclipse on there, it's not Dr. Vape, surprisingly. It is, I even know where the bottle is now. It's around there somewhere. I haven't even a clue what it is. It's some grape soda. Oh, it's hiding behind my drink. Seriously slushy grape soda.
That looks like a sample, that one, Roy. Is that a sample?
Yeah, it's a 3 milligram sample, believe it or not.
You're allowed to send a...
It's not a free sample. It's from a website. You can actually get e-liquid samples. You can actually buy 10 ml samples and 3 milligrams.
Right. I'm not bothered anyway. Live and let live. Who cares?
They send it out, and then basically you get 10 ml.
Yeah.
But
enough.
And I'm drinking some Brothers Honeycomb cider.
Cider? Bit of cider.
Because it was my 50th. Because it was my 50th birthday yesterday.
I don't think I got a happy birthday one. I haven't.
Good. Move on. But apart from that, in the past 4 weeks, I've been to Scotland for a funeral where Michelle's grandfather sadly passed away. So I took Michelle over for that. And just been absolutely busy as hell. I've now got 2 weddings lined up to photograph.
Right.
But yeah, life's been busy. Missed you guys, of course, but I've been that busy as well. The time has just gone.
I think we've been busy because us guys we've spoken a bit, haven't we? Us 4 in our little group, but not that much really. I think we're all been been having busy lives, a lot to do. Are you finished, Roy? What you're on?
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hang on, but just before we go to you and what you're vaping, the way you said you haven't, can you remember what you're doing? But you've managed to add in the viewer count at the top and also the time into your screen. So you've obviously been playing about with it.
Time on my screen. I don't really know why I did that. Is the viewer count at the top as well?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well done, me.
Well done, you. What are you vaping on?
Yeah, if anyone doesn't like the time, we'll get rid of it. I'll soon get shot of it. Right, well, I've had a sample for a couple of weeks, and these are on the way. In fact, I was hoping they were going to arrive today.
Ooh.
Mr. Ripley. Yeah,
I love the box on that. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And I've got it on top of here. So if you want to physically see it, hold it in a bit. There you go.
Yeah, that does.
It does vape very, very well. If you like the Bishop, you'll probably like this even more. So quiet.
I'm going to take your word for that. I don't own a Bishop.
You haven't lived. Unless you own a Bishop, you haven't lived.
What, like that one?
What else am I vaping on? Well, I had another sample come through. This is a Mickey Mouse sample, I suppose you'd call it. It's the 415 RTA. Let's hold that up there.
Ooh.
Oh,
Because you've got the green screen on, we can't
I've
see
got
it.
the green screen on. I can turn it off if any. Or actually.
You do your posh bit.
Let me do me posh bit. Let's show everyone on it. Table. Bosh. Here we go.
there we go.
Right, there it is. You can all see it better now. And while I'm showing that off, let me fire this mod up for everyone to see as well. Are you ready?
Ready?
Oh, I didn't turn it off. Hang on. Right, this time it'll work. There you go. I got the DNA 60 chip in the Ed Pennon. And it wasn't actually too bad. It was all right. All right to do. Easy enough.
Yeah,
So-
well, telling you, it took him 6 days, 6,000 photographs, and many hours of banging.
I have taken some photographs. This is the new Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, it looks
There he
nice.
is.
Though.
Yeah,
That's ready.
Yeah.
very good. And lastly, Bosch. What I'm always on. I guess the only thing that would have been nicer with the Ed Pennon, let's see if I can show you. While I've got that camera down there, I'll make all drool with it, I think, with this. I don't think you boys know about these either. I was sent two, well, I actually bought two, but that was all they had. There's the Stabwood Ed Pennon.
No, not for me.
Right, let's keep that box there so I don't confuse them as to what they are. And show you the other one as well. I'm going to be keeping one of these and I'll probably sell the other one. So if anyone watching is absolutely gagging for one or something, yell out and we'll see what we can do. Right, here is the other one. Quite similar, really.
Oh yeah.
I think I prefer the one on the left, the one you're holding.
That
It's got
one.
a little bit more. It's got a little bit more gradient in colour. I think it's much nicer.
Absolutely superb, I think. I think that's stunning. Gorgeous. So, there we are. And again,
Very
while I've got the camera down there...
I'm sorry to interrupt. I could just see Michelle. Me.
I haven't been looking at chat.
Sorry, Roy. Your wallet's getting empty again.
But also, and I haven't had a chance to
Jill,
tell
that's a week's wages sitting on the table.
anyone about these, but there's about 25 of these that I've bought, and they're in stock. And it's the Ed Balance Stabwood, so you get the button on the side there,
Very, very nice. Yeah.
That is
button on
gorgeous.
either side. And I think,
Pricey little buggers, though.
Yeah, they are pricey, but anything stabwood is. But
they're nice.
there you
I
go.
need to tell the Mrs. T that my birthday's coming up. But well, you did say I could get anything.
Let's go back up to us. Hey, I got it right. Well done, me.
That's really honestly, obviously, I know you guys have showed me all the balances, but that is lovely.
Stunning, isn't it? And the button on the sides, I think, makes it nice as well. Makes it lovely, I think.
Can you fire it from both sides with those buttons, or is it?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I must admit, they came into stock. If you look on the website, anyone in chat who's interested, each one is numbered with individual colours all on there, so you can actually see the actual mod that you're buying. So they're all on there. Right, put him back. Pen and wood. There we are. So I think that's done that, and that's about all on vape. Oh, the only other thing I got, which I haven't tried yet, it's another clone actually. It's the anyone know anything about this? Cloud 2?
Never heard of that.
That's from Steam Pipes.
Cloud 2 RTA. I haven't tried it yet. It's come in this.
No, it's 5As. Sorry, not Steam Pipes. 5As.
So yeah, haven't tried it, but I have. Obviously, I've been using this 415, and I am super impressed with this. And I have bought some. They're an Ultraman Clear. Do it in both.
Evening, Tina.
Is Tina in chat? Evening, Tina. Haven't seen it yet.
Keep your eye. Keep your eye.
God, I'm behind in chat now. Right, that's Rufus. I'm on a week off. Laurie, I just had a 3-day holiday. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. With the migration. Kenya must be a lovely place to go. I've never been. Be nice, wouldn't it? The green side of Glasgow, Mark. Albert. Dublin's lovely for a weekend break. Yeah. Laurie,
the only thing I don't like about Dublin, it's got a dog food factory right in the city centre, and depending what way the wind's blowing, it just stinks the whole place out. There's some far nicer cities in Southern Ireland than Dublin.
Mark Trigwell congratulated you, Jackson.
Thank you.
Elephant boy. Phoenix Vapes, good evening to you. Iggy's got a question. Any of you guys planning to review the Hell Vape R tank? I'm not, I don't think.
No.
Maybe. Never say never. Might do.
No, I don't have the budget to buy it at the minute. So.
Vaping with Geezer. Where's his name badge gone? Whose name badge? Oh, is it Roy?
I think he's referring to Roy's.
Roy with name badge. Probably me. I didn't put it on.
Probably.
I'll have a look. In a bit. It's Roy. Bottom right is Roy. Evening, Kieran. Evening to you. My last remaining spanner. Lynn, most welcome on good behaviour spanners. Cheech. Until the end, Cheech. Until about the last 2 minutes. Right, okay, so what else? Oh, Cloud Cartel, good evening. How are you, sir? Put him on there. I did try and get to watch. You were on Saturday night, weren't you, Jackson?
Yeah.
Saturday, and you were on there as well, weren't you, James? Yeah, I did try and get in to watch, but brings me into why I haven't been so available as well. Unfortunately, I lost my old dog. I was absolutely heartbroken. He was 14 and a half. So, it hurt me. But I have now bought another dog, which I picked up last Tuesday, which I couldn't really do the show with a new pup. And he is a pup, this one. It's a woman bought him, and he barked at her cat. The cat peed on the sofa, and she took it back to the breeder and said, I don't want it. So I got offered it, and It was like it was meant to be, so I got him, and well, there was a picture of him. But maybe, if we get enough thumbs up, probably get that to 50, maybe Tina will bring him up and I'll show everyone. So look, see if I can see him. There he was today on the chair. Bless his little heart.
Oh, so cute.
It's just sunbathing.
His name is
He's a spaniel?
No, he's not. His name is Winston, and he is a St. Bernoodle. So he's a cross between a St. Bernard and a standard poodle. And if you want to see the kind of size that he will get,
I've a few neighbours of mine have had St. Bernard, so I know how big these dogs can get. And poodles can be quite like not tall but really long legs.
he will get something like that.
Just how does just how?
Something tells me that the boy dog was a poodle. Something just tells me.
He's three quarters standard poodle and a quarter St. Bernard. So I've got to give him a brandy barrel, haven't I?
It's so strange seeing that with your green screen on because the dog just looks like it's floating.
Sorry. Yeah. So it's been a hectic time. I've had my mother has fallen. She got taken to hospital. Oh, it's just been absolutely horrendous. If it could have happened, I think it's happened. And at one point, I just thought, just everyone go away. You get to that point, don't you, when things are going. It's good and bad, and he's he's filled an absolute void at the minute in my life. Which brings me to the crate that I had in my van, because my old dog was like my work buddy as well. He went everywhere with me. And this obviously not going to be big enough for Winston. Because I think he's going to be about a metre tall sitting up. So, sitting down. So, yeah. So I've got.
What about the size of Michelle then?
Sorry?
About the size of Michelle.
Yeah, about the size. Yeah, about the size, Michelle. We'll have to do that one day, won't we, if we ever meet up?
You're just going to see a very, very good manicure hand come onto the screen and throttle Roy in a minute. Just go
That's okay. I'm in my shed. She's in her shed, so we're grand. I can see out the window if she's coming. I can lock the door.
Oh dear. So what else have I missed in chat? Who's frying some bacon in the background? Have we got whistling in the background? I don't know. Don't think so.
It might be my gerbils.
Ah.
They like to I've got like part of their enclosure sand, and when they dig, it actually sounds like they're whistling. It's when they're digging through sand. So if you hear it, I do apologise. I would move the cage that's over there, but it's far too heavy because it's filled with sand.
I assume you've seen. Sorry, Roy, you've seen Laurie's messages to you about your vaping equipment, have you?
She much prefers because it gunks up too much. Whatever. I wouldn't know. I couldn't possibly say because I've only got half of the equation.
Ah, Iggy, bless you. Oh dear. Mark Trigwell, I love the converter. Thanks, Mark. You're very welcome, Mark. I'm glad you like it. I've got one here actually, somewhere here. I still use mine as well. It's quite heavy, isn't it? The converter. When you go from like the head balance to a converter, it's quite heavy. But not in a nice way. Sometimes you think something's got a bit of weight. It feels a bit better made in some cases. What else have I missed? You should be able to turn them off. Oh, I took the Laurie chat within chat. And yeah, quite right. There you go. In capitals. Look at that. Look. We've only got 43. I can't possibly show Winston with only 43 thumbs up, can I? Can't be done. We've got 87 in chat. 50. We need 50, don't we? To show
So what does this mean? You're going to have to like get that crate or the cage that's in the back of your car. You're going to have to like take that to your shed and change it, make it bigger.
It's going to be no good. And the worst thing is, it's an expensive cage as well. It's 600 quid.
What?
Yeah, it was 600 quid. It's called a Vario cage, and the doors are all on dampers. Oh, look out! Look out! Let me move my drink before we have a problem.
What's he going to drink? He'll drink your tea. That's what my cat does.
Hello, little man. There he is.
Hey, puppy. Hey, Winston.
Bless him.
He's how old is he? 10 weeks, isn't he?
He's like a big teddy bear.
He's like a big teddy bear with big paws, aren't you? Who are all those people?
Hey, yo, Pupsy. Hey, yo, Pupsy.
He certainly knows what food's for, doesn't he, Tina?
Yeah.
He's got a little bandana on, but you can't see it because I've got the screen.
Looks like a little tartan number. There you go.
Bless him. I'll take him back down.
Oh, don't you want him anymore?
Throw him away. Oh, poor Winston.
He's so tired. He's asleep.
He looks half asleep.
Hiya, Tina.
Goodbye, darling. Normal.
Black Country Vapor's dog is 1/2 meter tall, but he's also 1/2 meter wide of muscle.
Oh, Christ. What sort of dog's that? I'll get the door. You're right.
Sorry.
He's quite literally a doorstop then. A draft excluder if he's 1 meter tall and 1 meter wide. That's a draft excluder.
1/2 meter tall, 1/2 meter wide.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was doing the right thing, to be fair, but it just felt things happen for a reason sometimes, and I didn't get offered a dog or anything like that. I just thought,
It's something that my gran used to say to me is if it was for you, it won't go past you, and this is obviously the case of what's happened with you getting Winston. It was clearly meant to be.
Yeah, I think so. It's bizarre. I got offered the one before, but it was just too soon, and I said no. That was actually the first picture that I showed. Same sort of dog, and same person actually, same breeder. But because I said no to the first one, she said, "Don't know whether to tell you this or not. There's another one." But why do you buy a dog that barks at the cat pees on the sofa, and you take it back to the breeder? Why would you?
I just don't get that. No, you don't.
And I think there's an awful lot of dogs now being taken back to animal trusts, aren't there? That people are in lockdown, they're now going back to work, they don't want them anymore. Did they think lockdown was going to last like 14 years then? It's just unbelievable. It beggars belief, isn't it?
It's insane. It's like, okay, I get, like, especially if you lived on your own and you had to go through lockdown and you were either self-employed or, have you, and you think, oh yeah, accompanying a dog would be a good idea. And then you go, right, life's gone kind of back to semi-normality. What am I going to do? I've got a dog now. It just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
No, it's not fair though on the dog though. They don't know if they're coming or going when they're being passed round to pillar and post and back.
Well, they don't. I agree with you. You're a dog lover, aren't you, Jackson?
Yeah, I love
yours, didn't you, a little while back?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I know. Well, obviously, like I said, when I found out with yours, it obviously brings back memories and everything with my one, and obviously talking to you out just over text, you sort of always fill up and everything like that. And it's like, no, I need to shut up and just try and step away from it because you love them that much. They're part of your family. It's like another bloody kid, all over again, and it's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, I was a wreck. I don't mind telling anyone. But there you go. There's a lot of years like your best mate, aren't they? They really are. Rufus and Michelle have said, "What's that? What RTA is that? Which one were they talking about? Does anyone know? Because I'm, as my usual,
I think it might have been either the Mr. Ripley or the 4 numbers. It was one of your 2 RTAs that you'd shown.
Right. It was probably this one, wasn't it? The 415. That's the 415 there. Just took it off the mod. And Mr. Ripley is the RDTA, like the Bishop, Ambition mods, and that will be in, any day, and literally any day. I haven't got them on the site yet, but I half thought they were going to be here today. Net Vapor, Nathan, has just reviewed the 415, but he's done a review of the SXK version, and this is the YFTK version. And they are different, quite a bit different. It's quite weird, isn't it? So, but yeah, it's good, very good.
Something I was going to ask about the Mr. Ripley. See on the side where the airflow is, do those little discs come out? And
Yeah.
you get put little inserts in? Because I remember you showed me the original picture and I thought, is that removable discs and then putting your own inserts in afterwards?
Yeah.
They're little pins.
Little pins that pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the pin there, if you can see it.
Mm.
And then that just pops in from the inside, or just pops it from the outside in to the airflow. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Ed Pennon lorry.
Like,
not Pennant. Pennon. I like that new Ed thing, Michelle. which one is your household budget going to get blown on, Roy? The 5 button on the side. Yeah, Kieran doesn't like that then. Naturevape, if you get the 415 in stock, you must get all the inserts available. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they're coming with inserts. What this was just literally about the first one off the bloody press, I think, and they sent it to me. And I thought, I can't remember what night it was. I thought I'll sling a coil in there. Tried it, and I just thought, wow, this thing's rather good. And
so would you say it's better than the Ed Zachary? Because I know that seems like the Ed seems to be like your.
I've been using
benchmark?
it more than the Ed Zachary. I mean, the fill. Let's see if I can show you on the desk again, so you can get an idea. Move that. Able camera. Right, so you got no green screen now. So the fill, if you take, it's just a little turn, and then the top comes off, 2 holes in there, and you fill it. And the only thing is the drip tip gets in the way a bit, so I usually take that out. It's just on a bayonet fitting, and literally drop it in till it drops, and then shut it, and it's there. The tank is in 2 sections. I don't know if you can see there. The O-rings are down here, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's another little bit at the top. They're in 2 sections. Juice flow. Can you see the juice flow? Just about.
Yeah, inside the tank.
Yeah, if you turn the top, that turns the juice flow, so it's off now. If I can get it back to on, there you go, it's now on. And the airflow, you turn the whole thing and the airflow changes. So,
yeah.
there you go. You see
That's a little bit weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's a bit tight. There you go. And I'm back now on 3 holes, which is what I prefer. And there's a slot around this side.
And is it just me? Obviously, I obviously get 451, but do you ever? It kind of looks like a piston. See, if you look at the top cap.
Yeah, it does a bit.
It kind of looks like a piston of some sort.
Yeah, just cooling fins. And that's the SXK one is different. But
pretty cool.
It vapes so well.
You can get that in clear, Mark.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Clear or Ultim, but I'm not overly keen on the drip tip either. That's got like these fins on, but any 510 drip tip will fit, so you can change it to what you want. Evening, Craig. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Patrick Pyle, really nice, Mark. I assume he's talking about the mods. Ripley RTA, I see. Yep. Mr. Anderson, good evening to you. Laurie, I like that Ed whatever thing. I know it's confusing, Laurie. It confuses me sometimes now as well. Too many Eds. Hopefully everyone's all clear. If they're not, just ask and I'll explain. What I don't like is a mod with the display on the bottom. Yeah, these are on the side. Who else have we got here? John Vaping Joker. Evening. Good evening to you. I'm not that far behind the chat, am I? I don't think. So a bit of other news as well while I'm scrolling through. What about the tennis? What about the tennis? Wasn't she amazing? Did anyone watch it, or was I alone?
Not a tennis fan.
I'm not really a tennis fan, but that girl, what's it, Emma? I can't remember her surname. Hard to pronounce.
The Romanian.
No, English.
The Romanian girl.
She's not Romanian.
Yes, she is.
She
was born in Romania. She's lived in the UK since she was 2. That's what qualifies her to play tennis. But she's Romanian.
Well, she's English. She played for England or the United Kingdom. She did. I just saw 18 years.
I know. Money. I'm just pulling. I'm just stirring the pot. But she's Romanian. It's just like the whole United Kingdom, Northern Ireland type thing. It's like when Andy Murray lost, he was Scottish. When Andy Murray won, he was British.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
No.
That goes the same for everything, though.
Exactly. It's absolute everything, anything.
Mr. Anderson.
There you go. Graham's got it right for me. Her dad's Romanian. Her mum is Chinese. She was born in Canada and moved here when she was 2.
Well, there you go. Who does she play for? She's well travelled. But I just thought, what character? Because she had a bit of a misfire at Wimbledon, didn't she? But what character she showed in that massive stadium, and the crowd were all cheering the other girl on as well. And she fought through that. I just thought, amazing. What a test of character that was. I don't care what you three say. I'll take my hat off to her. She did well.
She done fantastically. She, for a young girl, she done fantastically.
Raspa.
I'll need to watch it then and get back to you. But I don't normally watch.
Honestly, James, I'm not a tennis lover. I can go the whole of Wimbledon and not see a tennis ball land one side of the net or the other. But I watched that because she'd done so well. A bit like anything else, I don't really like football. But if England do well at football, I'll watch them. I'll watch them anyway, probably, because it's England. And you like to support, and that's what sort of lifts the country sometimes, isn't it? But I just, for what she achieved, absolutely amazing. And yeah, it was incredible. It really was. Even if you don't like tennis, I think you'd have enjoyed it. I think so. Murray Robertson. I looked at the Stabwood balance on the website. They are gorgeous. Yeah, they are. They really are stunning. I haven't had a chance to really tell anyone about them. I just put them on the site. The only one that isn't now for sale, I think I will keep that, is number 9 for myself. Unless anyone orders it tonight before I put a tag on it. And that's the one I've shown tonight. Iggy, I'd pay no more than £30 to £40 for a mod. That isn't a lot of money now, is it, for a mod? £30 to £40. Do you think? I mean, the DNA chip is more than that. So there are mods out there. How much was that mod you got, Jackson, with that sub-ohm tank on it?
Oh, the Mdora Mini.
Because that's a bit like the Pico, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think £30 to £40. Obviously, I think the mod itself is $29.99, and I think with the tank, I think it's $40 as a kit form.
So it is cheap, isn't it? And if you break
really,
or lose
if you look at it, really,
not too heartbroken, are you? Really?
No, this is it.
I wouldn't have said so. Oh, there you go. Craig's answered it. I wasn't as blunt as that, Craig. But I mean, when you think how much some mods are, some of them are horrendously expensive, aren't they? There does seem a massive division sometimes in price, and you think, what am I actually getting for that extra money? But a bit like the billet box. I remember getting the genuine billet box, and I didn't even want to take it out of the house. I was afraid of losing it or damaging it or dropping it. Horrendous, isn't it? Question for you, James, from Laurie. I'll put it on the screen so you can read it.
Yeah, I do have asthma. I still do, and I'm still obviously recovering from pneumonia in some retrospect. And apart from obviously my asthma was more affected by humidity and weather. Now as I've got older, and I've been vaping nearly 10 years, and I've been the healthiest I've ever been. So that's kind of my story when it comes to the beginning part of the story is I was brought my daughter home and from hospital, obviously after being born, and I remember being up all night coughing and spluttering. And I thought I need to do something about this, and I went to a vape shop and kind of just started my journey from there. Started sleeping better. Started putting weight on because I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so helped put my weight on. My lungs got better, and because obviously I stopped smoking and my lungs got better, I started using my inhalers less. So I actually only take my inhaler once a day now, and it used to be 5 times a day when I was a smoker.
Wasn't it? That's a massive drop.
I'm back to 2 times a day at the moment until I'm fully recovered, until I do my next scan on my lungs to see if this has disappeared. But it's normally once a day, and it's first thing in the morning, and it does me the entire day. So yeah, if anyone knows anyone who's got asthma or even COPD and they think I'm going to get them a little pod device or give them a spare one, it's going to change their life. It really will, because I've got really vague memories of chasing like my niece and nephew in the garden and trying to play with them and stuff like that, and having to stop because I'm so out of breath, I'm coughing, I'm wheezing, and yeah, it definitely changes your life. I even get them to try and stick to it. Absolutely.
I've had 1 or 2 customers with COPD say that. I mean, that always sounds dramatic when they go, "Thanks, Mark, Naturevape, you've saved my life, literally." And you think, I haven't saved your life. I've enhanced it, hopefully, but I haven't saved it. But they really do believe that, people with COPD. So it must really help them. Must be.
Yeah, I've had customers come in and they're like, the doctors told me I have to stop. We always get the whole story of doctors told me I've had to stop. Is there anything you can do? And the great thing is, what I would normally do is obviously I'll put someone on a starter kit. I'll ask them how many cigarettes or roll-ups that they're using per day or per week, and I'll say, look, I'm here. We're open 7 days a week. If you're struggling and you're on the main street, pop in. And just basically teach them. I mean, I had a woman she's got slight dementia now, but it wasn't diagnosed at the time, and she would come in every single day. She doesn't do it anymore because she knows what she's doing. Something seems to have stuck, and all she does is come in for coils and liquids now. And her life's turned around massively because of it. She actually made it to her son's wedding, and even before then, she was told she wouldn't see at the end of the year, and we're into the next year now. So, yeah, it does definitely make. It's stories like that people need to hear instead of hearing what all these stupid disposables are doing to kids at the moment. We need to hear the good stories. Positive. It's like that thing you'll tell 5 people something bad that happened. You'll tell somebody one person one good thing that has happened.
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you, everyone else. I'll put some of the messages across the screen.
The reason being for that, Laurie's just recently been diagnosed with COPD, and she was worrying that she's vaping.
I didn't know that. Oh, sorry.
No, she doesn't have to.
That's why she was asking.
Right.
All right. No, definitely. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I know obviously having asthma and then the pneumonia on top of it, I've been perfectly fine as can be, as what I am normally.
Laughing at Nicky Maynard's comment there. I've tagged one here on favourites. It's for you, Jackson. I thought I'd save it until I got to that point. Bill Dawson says, Jackson, good review for the Ed Balance. That was what made me decide to buy one. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, cracking mod. The Ed Balance. Stunning.
It is. Is that the non-elitist version, Jackson?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, right. The non-elitist is better.
I'm not
Yeah. The torch.
No,
I
it is a
will.
real
Sorry,
cracking
go on,
mod.
Jackson. What was that?
I was just saying that the Ed Balance though is the best side-by-side mod I've ever vaped on. It's cracking.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the non-elitist, but it suits me rather well.
To be fair, it's not a massive gap between that chip, the chip that's trying to replicate a DNA 60. I would say, having used both, they're both quite accurate at reading the ohms, but I would say the DNA chip, if you have to have the DNA chip on 12 watts for mouth to lung, you'd probably want the Ambition Mods one on 13 watts. That's all
Really?
it is. It just doesn't feel quite as punchy at the same wattage. But other than that, and once you know that, it's not hard, is it? You just up the watts slightly.
Yeah, push it.
So it's not hard.
But I don't really look at the watts when I'm setting it. After I set it, I'll go up and down the watts. Having a vape on it, so I find my sweet spot for the vape, and then because it's on the bottom, you don't really. Look at it. You get it, you go, oh, that's a good vape, and then leave it.
I tend to do my coils, and I'm usually, there you go, 13 watts. That's what I'm on there.
13.1 is normally better, Mark.
I often do 13.1. Yeah, I do. Right.
I'm a 0.1. If I can go to a 0.1.
You are as well, aren't you? I often do that.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? You don't want to settle on that even number. It's odd. It really is odd.
Another one, another way that I normally do it is, it's quite interesting to hear that you guys have kind of similar ways of setting things up. Whatever my build is, if I'm putting it on a regulated device, I'll always put it at 4.2 volts because that's how much the battery gives out.
Oh, right. Yeah.
On absolutely everything.
3.74 volts. 3.5 amps. There you go. That's what I'm on here. I just buzzed it. And Laurie's having a pop at you for saying about Michelle. Right. But there you go. Iggy, I did put it on the screen. My wife's friend's got Birdoodles. He's massive. His coat is a mare, but he's lovely. I just think he's going to be a softie, isn't he? He's going to be an apps because St. Bernard's.
How's training coming on, Mark? How's he training?
Yesterday was his first day. He didn't pee anywhere indoors, which was
right.
Pleased with that. The first week, it was a bit sort of 50-50 for the first few days. Some went outside, some went inside. But he already knows sit, and, he sits straight away. And I don't even have to ask for food because he's so food orientated. It's not true. So,
how about night time, bedtime? What's he like?
He has like his mad 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, where he just is an absolute. You think, God, please calm down for God's sake, and then all of a sudden it's like the battery goes flat and he just flops and he sleeps for an hour and a half. Bizarre, really is.
Is he crying for you in the middle of the night yet? Or?
No, he's not. I tried leaving him down. I might have made a rod for my own back here. I tried leaving him downstairs, and we've got two other dogs as well, two Westies.
Yeah.
And he would not stop trying to push them out of their baskets and get in one of their baskets. And he hops in there with them. It's quite funny to see. But he did cry and cry and cry downstairs. So I had to go and get him in the end. And so now he's sleeps.
Where is he? In the bedroom?
Yeah, he sleeps on the floor in the bedroom at the moment. I'm hoping that won't continue. But trouble is, once you set that standard, it's very hard to get him out of it, isn't it?
So you're going to have to wait till next year then to be able to sit out in the patio with your carafe and Winston with his bandana and
his barrel
and you sort of topping up your carafe from the barrel and then sitting with your pipe vape, your flat cap.
Yeah. My God is half a metre tall, but he's half a metre. Oh, that's the half a metre. What? God, I am a little bit way behind, aren't I? I am a little way behind.
What? So 4 weeks break, and still hasn't changed.
No, hasn't changed at all.
Nothing's changed.
No, I think the worst part was Mother had a fall. She went into the hospital. She got ambulanced in.
Oh dear, sorry about
When I told the ambulance one because I rushed over there. Next to kin, I gave her my name, and unfortunately, they phoned my sister for some reason. She sent her husband to go and pick mum up to take her home, and she came home without her hearing aids. And the hospital can't find them, and they're not national health ones. Do you know what I mean? So they were a fortune. So we're having. She's. I can't even talk to her on the phone because she can't hear me. So it's a bit of a nightmare.
You're lucky you got an ambulance. We were out a couple of Saturday nights ago, and a young girl collapsed in the street, and we're trying to get an ambulance for her. You know, she had effects of alcohol. You know, 4 big bottles of WKD, and I think somebody had spiked her.
Right.
But 5 hours was the wait time for an ambulance. But we found out she was only 14. So we called the police, and the police came and took care of her. But 5 hours for a young girl lying in the street.
That's not on, is it? Really? I mean, no. To be honest, the carer found Mother in the morning, and I don't want to build a picture for you, but she hurt herself quite badly. I think it's something to do with the cat had bit her wrist, and just you can imagine, picture the scene, and it took a lot clearing up. But so because the carer found and they phoned, for the ambulance, they probably listened to a carer more than an individual like me. So yeah, they did come quick. I can't complain. They looked after her well. But yeah, it's all the stress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Laurie says she agrees. Dogs come to us when the time is right. It's funny, isn't it? Oh, Kieran was in top chat, so he's missing live chat. Easy mistake to make, Kieran. Easy mistake to make. Nicky Maynard's got a Dalmatian. 3 foot when he stands up, and he's about 5 foot. God.
Definitely taller than Michelle.
I agree, Iggy. I mean, there's some brilliant dog owners out there, but I've always had. I normally get the rejects. My sister breeds them, and I get the ones that get bought back for whatever reason normally. And Murphy was going to be put to sleep for aggression. Well, I had him 14.5 years, so he did bite me a couple of times in the early days, in the first couple of weeks. But that was an owner problem, getting that confidence back. and the other one, his owner got put in a care home, so she couldn't take the dog with her. So that's fair enough in a way. But yeah, it's the lockdown one that and the price of puppies now, dogs. Good God! Like, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, isn't it? Calf.
Yeah, it's incredible because I was like, only reason I know this is because I was talking to a regular customer of mine. He came in with this French bulldog, a blue one, and it was like gorgeous dog, so on and so forth. And he likes to tell people how much money he spends. He's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
And he goes, "This dog was £4,000." I'm like, "What? I'm sorry, what?" £4,000 for a blue French bulldog, for a pedigree French blue bulldog.
Like, Westies are £4,000. Apparently. 4,000 quid for a Westie. When Tina, she was saying when she got hers, they were 150 quid and 200 quid. It's nuts, isn't it? It's mad. Yeah, that's right.
Friends of mine thought we were crazy when we went and got our cat because he was 200. I was like, that's nothing. I said, people will pay 4 digits for a dog. And shut them up.
It's nuts, isn't it? Bogan built his one the other day, had problems with it though. What Nicky Maynard, what did he build? Don't know what he built.
415.
Did he?
I think that's what they were talking. They're talking about the 415.
Yeah, I think most people were. So I think you're right, Roy. I don't know how or why you would have problems with it because it's dead easy.
Depends how many beers Bogan had before he started building it.
Yeah.
That and the fact this has maybe this has a real one, maybe. I don't know.
Night, Laurie.
What's Laurie off? Good night, Laurie.
Laurie has to sleep.
Dilly Dally, will you be stocked? Yes, I will. I've bought them. I haven't bought many. I've bought some white, or I don't know, like frosted white tank and Ultim as well. I bought. What did I buy now? About 30, I think. So not many. I just sort of. It's like everything else. If I try something and I like it, I think my customers will like it, so I stock it, and that really is the acid test. So that's what I've done. A bit like do you remember the Bishop when I tried mine? And I said, I don't like it. I don't rate it. And I kept holding it up, and someone pointed out, yours is how they are. Mine was a prototype. It hasn't got, if you look at my early Bishop, it hasn't got those two pins like you know, Roy.
Yeah.
It's got airflow holes, look.
All right,
yeah, all the way around.
Yeah. And it really didn't vape that well. So I didn't buy them. And I think that was Nathan, Net Vapor, who said one of the best tanks he's ever tried. So I thought, and then someone pointed out yours isn't how they are now. So I bought one of the sort of the release model, and I agreed. It was really good. So
because the pins totally direct the airflow to where it's needed.
Yeah, they do.
And because the tank the top of it can only go on one direction, and I have to say the bell section on it just lifts it to the next level.
Yeah, it does make it, doesn't it? There's one here with the bell section on. It's on a drag.
I'm so glad I bought that.
Laurie's right about his green screen. I'm going to have to get rid of it, aren't I?
If you can hear a helicopter, we're being buzzed in a minute.
It just makes everything you hold up look custom.
Laurie's asking about the pennant. It's PENON, Laurie, if you're still watching. Oh, someone told her that. And
then
Roy
the tank she was on.
Thank you, Roy.
Yeah, I know.
John Vaping Joker ordered mine today, and the Titan V2 as well. Another vape channel. Oh, there you go. What else have we got? Oh, yeah. God, I'm behind. Dad is Romanian and Mum is Chinese. I got as far as that, that's all. So go on. Someone else start talking while I catch up with this chat.
Sorry, Mark. It was the Ripley that Bogan couldn't wick properly.
Oh, was it?
Nicky Maynard just.
I don't know why.
Is it the same? Is it the same to wick as the Bishop?
Yeah, it is. Hang on, let's. I'll tell you what. Let's do a table cam on that as well, shall we?
Well, while you're doing that, I think he actually Bogan had not an issue, but he had basically a telling off from people who watch his channel saying, "Listen, see if you put regular round wire in the Bishop, it'll be better for you." And he did like a video and like a reprise on it, and he was like, "You guys are absolutely right. It's better with like a smaller Clapton or a round wire." It's basically a Bishop in it.
It's basically a Bishop, but the only thing is the two tubes in the tank that they feel a bit like in the old days, like a Genesis atomizer. You get mesh with them as well, actually. If he didn't fill those tubes up with juice before he put the wick in, that may be what he got wrong. Because if you fill them up first, you don't get a problem. And that was he getting dry hits? Does anyone know? More people show. There you go. He was getting dry hits. That might well have been his issue, his problem. I would have said. Because
I haven't watched many reviews or shows or anything lately. So I've been.
Well, I haven't watched any YouTube, I don't think, for ages. I've just, had so much going on myself I think I watched Nathan's Net Vapors one on the 415. I think I watched. Which one of you boys? I think. James, I watched yours on the H24. But I've watched very little YouTube at all. So shame on me. Shame. And I normally do. Normally, Tina goes to bed, and I'll catch up on your video, you boys, and others as well. But I just haven't had a chance.
Evening live lounge.
Oh, Pete.
Give-
It's you know what? It's like I was the same. Like I would normally sit and have like maybe like a vape show on in the background, and I'd be doing the dishes or doing the ironing for the kids' uniforms and stuff the next day. And I ended up finding myself just listening to music a lot more. And when it actually comes to doing a live show, when somebody tells me something, I go, "Oh yeah, I already heard about this," but I'm actually quite glad that I'm going to have my fresh ears and get new information. Because like when it comes to like bargain vapes, that's just the lads won't mind me saying this. It's basically a dumpster fire. We just talk about whatever we want, and it just seems to work.
Vaping Geezer. Sorry, I'll just answer that. Yes, they're on the site. Roy, I'm surprised Roy didn't put a link in. He's good.
Sorry.
I think he did. I think it. I think it was for something else though.
He did.
Because another 5As did like a little kind of RDA. It's the only thing I can sort of remember.
What was that, James? Sorry.
5As had done an RDA. That's probably the thing I can say that's noteworthy that I remember from 5As. They did a little 22mm high-endish little RDA that they'd done. But it's good to see that they're branching out into the tank side of it, things as well now.
As a clone, isn't it? I'm sure it is. This one, but I haven't tried it yet. I'll put a coil in it next week and let everyone know what I think of it.
And just while I see live lounge in, just going to give Michelle a wee plug because her and Vape and Bell over on the Instagram, Michelle does a wee Wednesday night lives. Her and Vape and Bell are going to be doing live reviews of live lounge liquids. So just thought to give Michelle a wee shout, wee plug.
A little plug. Nothing wrong with a little plug.
She is little. Yeah, she missed a couple of weeks of doing that, and she did one there on Wednesday night, and it was just like rabbit in a headlight situation. And there was, I don't know, there was some bloke, he was on, must have been on one of the, I can't remember what vape show he was on, I happened to see him, but he wore a pink hoodie.
I know what you mean, right? I know what you mean. I don't know his name. I know what you mean.
But he jumped on. He said he's only been vaping a month, and he's sitting with high end builds and everything else. And I was like, okay, strange.
Anyone get sweaty hands from vaping? No, I don't think I do.
Hey, say that again.
Anyone? I'll put it on the screen. Anyone get sweaty hands from vaping?
You sure it ain't
Only if I hold my device far too long, but not normally, no.
I think you might if you vaped Roy's stacked mod.
I don't think so. I don't think maybe if the only thing I can maybe think of is if you've got a bit of e-liquid on your fingers or something, maybe like that, but not sweaty.
I only get sweaty hands if I'm nervous.
There's not that much size difference, Mark.
Oh, there is, Roy. There is.
That's the vert with the pandemic and the vert 2 with the pandemic.
One is your walking stick, one is Michelle's.
Sorry, Jackson?
Take a puff on it, just a regular puff.
On this?
Yeah. It's massive, doesn't it?
Instantaneous. You can hear the coils just go, "Oh, I'm awake."
Yeah.
Power it delivers. You can't moan at that.
0.33 build in it.
That's a good point, Mr. Anderson. Put that on the screen. Yes. Sticky hand. condensation or juice run out of the
To be fair, that's because Mr. Anderson and his goggles are probably filled with wood chips and he can't see what he's doing. Doing all his woodwork and making his mods.
Frank Snowman, Mark, I wonder if you could do me a couple of favors regarding the Bishop. The first is I'd like some 0.6 air pins. I know they were a thing as I seen a photo in a written review. Also, they're listed in the Gumph on your own website, even though they're not included. The second favor is there a Bishop V2 facelift exclusive to Indonesia? I'd appreciate it if you could find out for me. Nicky, those mechs are both, well, one's a Unicorn Vert V1.
0.6 or 1.6?
0.6.
Oh, I've got
And the second one
1.6
is the Unicorn Vert 2.
1.6 and 1.4 pins here, which I must admit I forgot to put them on the site. 0.6, are they included?
I would say like a facelift would be the bell cap. Technically, it's a facelift. It doesn't look standard after.
I don't know about a facelift for the Bishop. You say
that's the bell cap there.
Yeah, bell cap does make it look better.
Mm.
It does.
There's the. That was the original top versus the bell cap.
Easier to fill as well, isn't it?
It is. You don't have to take it apart. You don't have to take it apart and turn it upside down to fill it. It's just a top fill.
Can't argue.
Mark Trigwell discovered Kieran AVC recently. Awesome reviewer. I mean, Kieran's just thorough, isn't he? There you go. He's got a link there. Let's put him on. Oh no, he's put Jackson's up there. You got to support Jackson, Kieran.
He's been pumping us all out.
Has he?
Mr.
Wow.
Burns.
That's because he's a proper man. You see, he's done McTavish as well. Look, let's put that one up there. Laurie, Mark, raise him in a crate. No, I don't raise him in a crate. He just goes in a crate in the van while he's in the van. Because what I tend to, or have done in the past with the other dog is he was in the back of the van. The tailgate on the van was open. So he had fresh air while watching me work, if you like. And then I'd take him out for his walk. It's just a means of him being able to be with me without me having to worry about him either running under a car or biting someone or or anything else. And yeah, Winston's going to enjoy the Norfolk countryside for sure. He certainly is. I did put a post on my Facebook page about it. Even a video of Murphy. He loved picking blackberries. Have you ever known a dog pick blackberries? And I had to,
Can't say I have.
I had to literally virtually tell him off and tell him to stop because he would not stop. He'd put his head right in the blackberry bush and pull the blackberries off and eat them. I've got a video clip of him doing it, which I'll cherish forever. So he was just a funny dog. Black Country Vapor, my dog sleeps with me no matter what. I think they feel safer when they lay beside your bed, don't they?
There's a picture of his dog in his thumbnail. Dog's got a big head.
It's got a big head, hasn't it? No, it's got a big head.
I guess it was an American pit bull or American bulldog or something. He said. I would imagine it's got a big head.
I think a lot of these St. Bedoodles, a lot of them are in America. It's a bit of a craze at the minute. I think in America it hasn't really hit here yet, but I think it probably will because I just think the nature of that because. You understand your dogs, Jackson, don't you? St. Bernard is just a docile lump of a dog, isn't it? So...
Just like, a small horse. Get a small horse in the house.
Mr. Burns, just in case we don't get to it,
because
it's down near the bottom of the chat. DJS says, Daniel says, Naturevape, I think whoever designed the Hell Vape Dead Rabbit R has a Nest RDA.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, have we all seen it? I was going to buy one actually, just out of curiosity, and I did say at the time this will be copied. Did I not tell everyone that at the time?
You did.
Copied. But I don't mind. I honestly don't mind. if that pushes vaping in another direction, and we all expand knowledge and what we can vape on, I've not got a problem with it. Not a problem.
But I think what they've tried to do is trying to take Tofo's SMRT coil and just place it on the deck instead, because it's a cross between the PMP coil and the Nest.
It is, yeah, it is, yeah. I think we should buy one and try it out. What do you reckon, boys? Good God.
I was going to say, if anyone is going to know if it was built from the Nest, that would be you. So I would, if you want to go for it, I think it would be quite interesting.
What do you want me to spend my money?
I'll buy it if you want.
No, I think I will buy one, because I do want to see what it's like. See. I suppose the Nest. If I've got a regret with the Nest, I could have made it easier to I know you didn't struggle, James, but some other people did, and I would have tried to make it easier to install that coil somehow. I think that's probably my take from it. But like I say, it has pushed vaping in a different direction. It's added to everything in some way, and I take it as a bit of a compliment, really, rather than getting arsey about it.
I think with the Nest, instead of just being wound around the screws, if you had holes just for the screws, and then the screws screwed down onto the top of the coil, that would have been a lot easier.
Or like a square washer that clamped down. Something like.
But I think even just the holes, you put it through the two holes, would have made it a lot easier.
Louis Moss, are geek bars bad? Yes, they are, in my opinion, but people would argue with that, wouldn't they, Roy?
You see, I'm on the other side of the fence. I don't think disposables, because there's a lot of shops now, and even Michelle's noticing, there's people who will start on the disposables, and then if they come in, as they buy maybe the third or fourth time by the time they buy it, if you then say to somebody, well, buying something like that is going to be cheaper in the long run for you, then because they've actually got off the cigarettes on the disposables, then going onto a little pod system is easy for them to go onto. That's why I see it.
I get your argument, Roy, and I do agree with the argument to a point. I just hate this thought of all these disposable pods getting thrown in a bin and batteries getting in a bin. I just don't like it. I don't.
Well, that side of things I can understand, and I think the companies who make them should have maybe an incentive with the vape shops or the supermarkets or the nightclubs or wherever they're selling them at, that you bring it back and you get
You do in your shop, don't you, James? Do you do something like that?
Yeah, we've got the geek bars, and we'll be getting the IVG bars in as well. And I agree with what Roy said. Like, we should have like an incentive to go, if you bring this back, you'll get like a discount on your next one, or something like that.
Yeah.
But then if you those companies,
go on, Roy.
Those companies that make them, you think it'd be in their interest to get the batteries back, because surely they would be able to then recharge stick those batteries back in and recharge them again.
I don't know how well they're made.
But back out again.
Honest. But I know what you mean. There should be a certain amount of recycling going on, but I guarantee you there isn't.
The other reason why I hate them is like the amount, like my wife loves TikTok, and see the amount of times that she'll watch. She came across one and she'd sent it to me, and actually sent it to my head office, and it was just like on a table, and it was a box of like heroes, like the chocolate boxes you would get at Christmas time. Elf bar, geek bar, a few other disposables thrown in there, wrapped up in a sweetie box, and then wrapped in like that, that grey and plastic envelope thing, and then like, this is how I'm going to send them to you, like underagers and things, like promoting like I can sell you these things. Right. And I was like, that is atrocious.
Yeah.
But the same happens with cigarettes. Same happens with alcohol. they've got 18 age limit on alcohol, and how many drunk kids do you see out at the weekends?
Quite a few.
Well,
So it's going to be
Like Matt,
people can say
and
what
obviously
it is.
this will sound very controversial, but 2 out of 3 of those things can kill you.
Yeah.
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 What are you going to say, Jackson?
No, the only thing I was going to say is what's got me is what I don't understand is with the disposables, especially where I'm from, they're everywhere now. So it's places like you go into a warehouse in Coventry and you've got a shelf full of disposables, which I don't get it. It's everywhere and everything is selling all disposables. Do you get what I mean? So it's not like you just see them in vape shops anymore. You're seeing them in, your DIY stores, stuff like that. They're just everywhere, and it's so easy because they're at different stores. Nothing to do with vaping. It's easier for kids to get hold of them. It's like my daughter only says to me the other day. She's 14. She says all of her friends have walked around school smoking geek barbs. And you look at it, and you think you blame it naturally. You blame it on the vape shop and everything like that. Oh, vape shops are giving underage bars out and all that lot. But 9 times out of 10, I bet you it's not because, like I said, you're going into warehouses and they're selling geek bars and this and that. So I just don't get it because surely.
I agree with you completely, Jack.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to sell alcohol, you need a personal license, don't you?
Yes.
Someone has to be held responsible for the sale of
course they do.
alcohol. But you're not getting that with these geek bars, are you?
They are though, because they're under the same thing as cigarettes. They're still have to be challenged. Still challenged 25. And I'm sorry, I would rather see gangs of kids running around having a geek bar in their hand or a disposable vape than having a cigarette in their hand.
Yeah, but if that's the case, though, Roy, right? If you're going like I did, we only went into a warehouse the other day that sells all tools and all your DIY stuff in there in your corner. You got a couple of hundred different disposables. Yeah, why are they selling them? If you need a license to sell geek bars, why are they not selling cigarettes and tobacco?
It's not a license, but it's still the challenge 25. It's if you go into somewhere like that and you buy a knife, they have to they can't sell a knife to an under 18.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
and it's the same. Cigarette shops have been 18 for how long? But yet kids still smoke.
Well, they do, yeah, but they're very.
And I would still rather see a kid having a vape in their hand than having a smoke in their hand. I may be controversial about that, but that's just.
No, I agree with Roy to a degree. Like I said, I'd rather them be vaping and smoking. Absolutely, but it has to be done where not only are their parents educated, but also they're getting the right information about it. Here's a good example. I had
bright colours. There's Free Mist. They're not bright colours. It's white Free Mist across the bottom, and then the colour, like orange and tobacco, is in the colour. So they're not bright colours.
No, they're not.
The thing is, like with the whole geek bar thing, is I had a customer come in to the shop. Well, not the customer; it was actually her mum and dad had come in, and they were, irate, and they were having a scream and a go at me. And they said, "You sold her this," and she goes, "You're the only guy that works in here because both of my colleagues are female, so I'm the only male." And they were like, "I says, who's your daughter?" And they showed me a picture of her, and I says, "Oh yeah, I remember her. She showed me her ID. She's 18." And they were having a go at they're giving her headaches and things like that. And I said, well...
Yeah, weren't there some copies? I'm not suggesting you were selling.
No, not at all. Because obviously the name of the company I work for are registered and licensed by Geek Vape to sell.
Yeah.
So they come directly from them. And I says, well, look, I remember your daughter. I went through about half an hour's worth of process to say, look, maybe these aren't what you're looking for. What about this starter kit? What about, I went through so many other different options. And by the time I went through all that process especially with the mother, because she was very lioness. And I said, at the end of the day, your daughter's still an adult. This is what she wanted to do. Again, not against my advice, but I gave her all the information that she needed.
Yeah.
And she made the grown-up decision to go on these. I said, look, if you want me to give you what I recommended to her and tell her to come in and see me in a couple of days, because she was like, oh, they're giving her headaches. It's because it's 20 milligrams and she was only a 10-a-day smoker. She'd only really need 12 milligrams of nicotine in her system.
Buzzed out then, wouldn't she?
Yes, absolutely. She is not overdosing on nicotine, but it's far too strong for her.
Yeah.
So they were reluctant at first, and then they said, "Okay, what do you recommend?" Just that, it was the T22 Pro Cat. I said, I know she likes her salt, so I went 10 milligrams salts instead of 20.
Yeah.
And I says, take this. I says, if you're not happy with this, I'll happily return this back to my head office. They came back in a week later and went, her headaches are gone, she can concentrate, she doesn't feel sick anymore. I went, it's because I said she's now on the correct device and the correct strength. So there you go.
Well done you. I mean, it's good that there are vape shops out there with staff like you in them, Jack. Dion says, Mark, sorry, I'll just ping this and I'll let you carry on. Are you getting the Cloud 2 in? I don't know yet. I'll try it first, Dion. If I think they're good, then yes, I will probably. Yep. But at the moment, I don't know. I'll tell you next week. And good evening, Live Lounge Liquids. Put you on there as well. Right, sorry, James. What's the matter?
That was like half an hour ago. He's probably gone to bed and got up his next day at work by now.
We've only got 3 minutes left. I'm trying to flick.
Oh dear.
Graham Spears at James, ask Mark about your AV switch. He might have come across a problem. What's that?
Oh, I got a TVL Avid Life from Mr. Shrek Vape Reviews, and I can't get the switch apart at all. I've tried moving the Delrin around, doesn't work. I thought the actual switch was like a pop system. You could actually push the button out and it would pop out at the bottom. I can't get the damn thing apart whatsoever.
No,
they're magnetic, aren't they? They use magnets.
I think this one's got a spring in it. But the thing is, it freely spins. But because what I thought, I was like, oh, this Delrin, obviously the Delrin to stop obviously full contact on the firing mechanism, and I thought, oh, it's got a groove where you can obviously put like a screwdriver or like an Allen key and you can turn it, and I thought, okay, this is going to come out now and I can have a look at the switch. Nah. I went, maybe it's reverse threaded, so I went back the way, and it just seems to be really kind of going round and round and round. Absolutely nothing.
I don't know.
Can't get the switch apart whatsoever. I've tried WD-40. I've tried expanding the metal like with boiling water. Nothing. I can't get the thing apart whatsoever.
Hammer.
I don't.
Special.
I don't want to ruin a perfectly good, solid, hard-hitting mech.
Nicky Maynard.
He's up a decent mech.
Yeah, they are good, those things, aren't they? He filled the tubes but didn't push the wicks down inside them. We don't push the wicks inside them, but they've got to be like touching, because it'll be like a capillary action, I suppose, won't it? It will draw the juice through. So if you didn't have the wicks touching the top of those tubes, that'll be his answer. So thanks, Nicky. Been getting very black coils from Sweet Liquids. I think I'm getting black stains on the front teeth from it. This happened to anyone before? Yeah, if it's got sugar content in, like I showed you earlier, my blackcurrant raspberry and lime, that does tend to make my wick quite dark quite quickly. And so does like net tobaccos. They absolutely kill it and the wick very quickly. So yeah, and I suppose it will transfer to your teeth. Oh, that was the other thing. I had dentist last week. Oh, I did say that when I said it's nothing against you personally. I said I just don't like coming. Oh, dentist. Ugh. Anyway,
It's because they see you coming and go, right,
Yeah, well,
Make my
to be honest,
today.
I'd have paid a double not to go. Oh dear, I hate the dentist. Maybe it's from my coffee then, not vape. Yeah, well, coffee obviously will stain your teeth as well. Mark Trigwell, I think we'll save this for another time. I'd love to hear about people's favourite music on the show. We're sort of run out of time. We are now 10 o'clock, but yeah, we'll probably do that.
Oh, and Michelle, you're most welcome. She enjoyed making it.
She absolutely loved it when it came in, and it holds two full cans of Coke.
I'm glad she likes it.
But she's got one request for your missus.
Yes.
If she can do ones that can hold hot drinks.
I think she's actually working on something like that right now.
Yeah, because Michelle would use it for her coffee. That was her only disappointment. She goes, "I can use this for cold drinks."
It's a cold. It's one of those meant to be those iced coffee drink things. But yeah, it's something she's looking into just now, like a thermos kind of cup.
I just need to visit Starbucks more often and use your handbag.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll look into that, Frank. I will look into it. Right, am I near? I don't think only
froze.
Stabwood. Have I nearly got?
I thought we'd frozen. I thought we'd disappeared. I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
We can all pretend to, can't we? Best freeze of the night. Yeah, no problem. They changed it. Dead on arrival. Yep. Well, there hasn't missed a beat. I think if I haven't answered anyone's questions, I'm sorry.
Well, I've tried to keep you up to date with the questions.
I don't think we missed too much, have we? I think we're. Anyone used Texas Tough Cotton? I haven't.
No.
Enjoy? No.
No, mainly cotton. I used to use cotton baking for years, and I went to Cotton Gods, and I haven't looked back.
Everyone stick their fingers up at Kieran. There you go.
I've got that much fusion that I just keep using it. So.
Well, there's been quite a lot of chat tonight, hasn't there? So yeah, sorry if I haven't kept up very well, but we've had a lot to talk. We haven't been here for like a month. Yeah. So are the 415s on Naturevape's site? No, but they will be. I've ordered them. Probably be here in about 10 days to a fortnight, something like that.
I do have a question though for Mr. Jackson and Mr. Meg.
Yeah, go on, Roy.
What's coming up for review, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Meg? There's no point asking Mr. Naturevape because nothing.
Well, actually, I will answer, but after Jackson has and James has, I will, and then we're going to
go. For me, obviously, I've got a few juices to do. So my normal sort of way of juice reviews: one juice, two outcomes. I've got. I'm trying to think now. The QP Neo RDA kit to review. And that's about it, Roy Stud. That's about it for me as it stands at the minute. So, Mac.
Awesome.
I have got the Cabello to do. I've got this to do, and then I've got the blocks to do as well. And then after that, it'll be after those, and then the Ed Zachary, because I want to put everything through their paces. After I've done all those, I'm going to be solely doing mech tubes and mech devices after those. Solely mix after that.
No, you're not, because you're all going to get one of these Ripleys.
Okay, after whatever we have been sent by the boss,
and I'll do a review on that as well. The other thing I did start to do, I promised everyone that I would try and do a review of putting a DNA board in here.
Yeah,
it's bloody hard because I don't edit very well, and I thought it's right. I'll bring the soldering iron upstairs up here, and I'll do it on my desk here. I ended up doing it in my workshop because everything's laid out in there, and I took pictures. So I'm going to try and do a review, like part of it, me taking it apart, pictures of how I've soldered the board, and then the end bit of me putting it all back in the mod. So if anyone's thinking that's watching this, do I want to put a DNA board in there? Is it hard? It really isn't hard. This is made, internal guts of this are made so well and made it so easy. It's like a cartridge that you push in once you've finished soldering it up. It really is well made, really well made. So terrific design. So don't be phased by it. If you're thinking of doing it, have a go. That was what I would say. And like I say, I've got all the photographs of where to put your wires inside here, so you won't go wrong. You really won't go wrong. So there you are. Okay, well, I think we've come to that time, and I'll be doing the Ripley as well. We've come to that time where I've got to the end of chat. There you go. I'll put the last comment up. More fingers for Kieran. There you go. He's been mean to me tonight, hasn't he? So, right, let's say our goodbyes. Who went last on the... That was Roy, wasn't it? So you can say goodbye first, Roy.
Well, thank you to everybody in chat for a good, friendly, well-paced chat this evening. That means we have fun laughing at Mark trying to keep up with it. Thank you to my fellow casters, to Jackson Vape Reviews, to Mr. McTavish, and to the boss, Mr. Naturevape. Good night from me.
Thank you, Roy. Who are you passing that one off to?
I'll pass it upwards to Meg since he's looking down.
Looking down at Roy. Hi, Roy. It's like the Brady Bunch. So everyone in chat, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It was a long hiatus, but it's by looking at how you've all been chatting to each other and to us, it's been definitely worth the wait. I've really enjoyed doing this show and just reading all your comments and interacting. It's been fantastic. To my fellow casters, to Jackson, Roy, and to Mark, it's great seeing you all back on the screen with me again, and it's may it long continue. I will pass it over to Jackson.
Give your other show a plug. Go on.
Nah, it's all right. Okay, Bargain Vapes Live is on once a month now. So we have just finished filming one for the month. So if you want to go over to the Skint Vapor channel, you can see it there. And we filmed Bargain Vapes Live Extra on the Vaping Heats channel. Just keep an eye out for those when we're going to be going live on the actual Bargain Vapes Live group, and that'll tell you all information that you need to know, because I'm useless when it comes to dates. So there you go. I'll pass it over to Jackson.
Cheers, Matt. No, massive thanks for everybody that comments and watches, especially on the replay as well. Massive thanks to Mark, Mac, and Roy. And pass it back over to Mark.
Lovely, thank you, Jackson. Yeah, thanks one and all. Good friendly chat tonight, and I've right enjoyed it. Again, that hour and a half has just fizzed. Well, it's more than an hour and a half now because we were actually on time for once, but it's just fizzed by. Really appreciate your kind comments on Murph. I held it together. I didn't know if I would, telling you about him. And until next week, stay safe and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.